Hello students. Good morning all of you. Once again, a warm welcome to the Computer Networks online session. So with the last lecture, we successfully completed unit number 1. Now we are entering into unit number 2. So this is the video number 8, belongs to the unit number 2. Here in this video, we will discuss about the introduction part of unit number 2 and what are the different concepts there in the unit number 2, and some basic concepts of unit number 2 we will discuss in this video. Okay, as we discussed earlier, in the OSI reference model, there are total 7 layers are there. So among those 7 layers, the first layer is the physical layer. So here the raw bits of data is entering via the physical layer. So the physical connection establishment will be done there in the physical layer. So in the both the device, the physical layer plays the major role there in the OSI reference model, what we discussed in the 7-layer architecture. So I think already you guys understand that. Here the unit number 2 is physical layer and some part of data link layer. So this is the syllabus of unit number 2, the physical layer and Fourier analysis we will discuss, and bandwidth of limited signals, the maximum data rate of a channel, and what is guided transmission media and unguided transmission media, and we will discuss about the digital modulations and different multiplexing schemes, FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA. These are very most important one in the physical layer aspect, and some part of data link layer, some design issues what we discussed in the earlier part. So error detection and correction. Whenever data has to be transmitted from layer to the layer, there are some errors may be occurred. So how we have to be identifying errors, and elementary data link protocols and sliding window protocols, that what we have covered here in the unit number 2. So but we majorly focus on the physical layer. So mostly the unit number 2 belongs to the physical layer. Here also the important concepts are Fourier analysis, guided and unguided transmission mediums. What are the paths we are using for transmitting of data? So what we are said in the earlier part is the physical layer is there, the physical connection establishment is done there, the raw bits of data is entering into the system. So how these raw bits are entering into the system, so what are the different channels we are using, what is meant by guided transmission media and what is meant by unguided transmission media. So what are the different type of cables are there in the guided transmission media, that what we have covered here in the physical layer. In the unguided transmission media, we are discussing about the different multiplexing schemes. This is the simply the syllabus of unit number 2. So this is the physical layer, the theoretical basis for data communication, and excuse me, the theoretical basis for data communication, how the data has to be communicated from one device to the other device. The physical layer plays the major role, that what we discussed in the earlier videos of unit number 1, the OSI reference model and TCP/IP reference model, and the difference between OSI and TCP. We mainly focused on the physical layer. Why? Because the physical connection establishment done there at the physical layer. So if connection is there, then only data transmission is possible. If you have to communicate, if you have to establish a communication between one device to the another device, first a communication link is needed. So these communication links are establishing there in the physical layer. So the physical connection establishment is the needed thing in the data communication part. So the theoretical basis for data communication is the physical layer. So for that purpose, we will discuss the Fourier analysis and bandwidth limited signals and maximum data rate of a channel we will discuss here in the first part of this physical layer unit. So this is the introduction part of physical layer. I think you guys all know about this is the lowest layer in the protocol model. The physical layer is the lowest layer in the protocol model. So the layer, what is the reference model starting with the physical layer, then after data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and finally application layer. Here the lowest layer in the protocol model is physical layer. So the starting is the physical layer. It defines the electrical, timing, and other interfaces by which bits are sent as signal over channels. So how here multiple channels are using for the data transmission purpose. So these channels are transmitting data in the form of signals. How data has to be transmitted? For example, I want to transmit one particular message to my friend. He using some one particular device. The device may be laptop, the device may be mobile, the device may be personal computer, whatever it may be. I have to transmit one particular message from here to some other location. Here the message has to be transmitted in the way of signal propagation. So it defines the electrical and the timing and other interfaces by which bits are sent as signals over channels. So first establishing the channel is the important criteria here. So after establishing the channel, the data has to be transmitted in the way of signals. So the physical layer is a foundation on which the network is built. So the properties of different kinds of physical channels determining the performances, for example, throughput, latency, and error detection. I think you guys know throughput means so how quickly it has to be transmitted. Latency means so it is the important word, latency. So latency means from the second of starting the data to the reaching destination and how much amount of time is taken, that is called latency of that particular communication. For example, client wants to transmit data to server. First client sends request signal to the server. So if server accepts that request, then client starts the data transmission. So the entire time is called here as the latency period of this particular client server communication. And as well as error rate. Error rate is also the example of properties of different kinds of physical channels. So this throughput, latency, and error rates all are the physical channels examples. So it is a good place to start a journey into network land. So just starting about to discuss about the networking concept, which is an excellent topic to discuss before going to start our journey to the networks. So the excellent concept, that is physical layer. So here in the physical layer, the beginning is with a theoretical analysis of data transmission. So what we started here is the theoretical analysis of data transmission, not a practical transmission. Practical transmission means, I think you guys all know, we are using a cables and data has to be transmitted. I think you guys all are used the data transmission methods. When you guys are sitting in our laboratory, you guys are sharing some amount of data from one system to the another system. All is the example for the practical approach for the physical data transmission. But here we discuss the theoretical analysis of how the data has to be transmitted here in the physical layer. That what we will discuss here. So we'll figure out the constraint of the transmission channels. Three kinds of transmission medias are there. There are three kinds of transmission medias are there. How the data has to be transmitted. So data has to be transmitted. Just note it down these 3 points. There are three kinds of transmission media. So the media is categorized into three categories. So what is the need of media here? So what is the need for media? So to transmit data from one device to another device, a medium is required. First, you have to establish a connection between sender to the receiver. Then only data transmission is possible from the sender to the receiver. First, you have to establish a connection. Then only you can transmit data from the sender to the receiver. So how a physical connection is established? So that will be here discussed in three ways. There are three possible ways of the connection establishment. One is guided transmission media. Second one is unguided transmission media. Third one is satellite. So how the data is transmitted. So in the first area, data is transmitted by using either copper wire or fiber optical wire. That what we have to be using there in our laboratories. So a LAN connection is establishing between all the systems. So we will discuss that particular LAN concept there in the unit number 1. So within a kilometer range or within a room or within a building, we can connect all the devices by using a wire. So for the data transmission purpose, and all the devices and nodes are connected to that particular wire. So that is guided transmission media. Guided transmission media means a wide transmission. So there a physical connection is a touchable physical appearance is there. A physical, it may be a copper wire or it may be a fiber optical wire, whatever it may be, a physical presence is there. So by using these physical, that is called guided transmission media. Guided means a physical connection is there. Here the wire may be a copper wire or fiber optical wire or coaxial cable or twisted pair cable, whatever it may be. So we have to be using, there are so many cables, so that's what we have to discuss in the next slides. So there are so many guided mediums are there. So a physical guided medium we have to be using, that is wide connection. That is the first one. The first method how we have to be transmit the data is, and the second one is wireless. The best example for this is the FM radios, what we are using, cellular phones. All these are the examples for the wireless communication mediums. So the data has to be transmitted. So there in guided transmission media, data is transmitted. Here in the unguided transmission media, that is wireless, data has to be transmitted. But there a physical connection is there. Here there is no physical connection establishment. So there is no wire is present there in the wireless communication medium. And the third one is the satellite communication. I think you guys all know about the satellite communication, which is not required here for more discussion. Just there are three kinds of transmission medias are there: guided transmission media, unguided, that is wireless transmission media, and third one is the satellite communication. So the information can be transmitted on wires by varying some physical properties such as voltage or current. So the information can be transmitted on wires. So that is guided transmission media. So the information can be transmitted on wires by varying some physical property such as voltage or current. And by representing the value of this voltage or current as a single value function of time f of t, the behavior of the signal can be modeled and analyzed mathematically. So how the signal is transmitted. So generally in guided transmission media, we are using wires. Which type of wires? It may be a coaxial cable, it may be a fiber optical cable, or it may be a twisted pair cable, whatever it may be. We are using one particular type of physical connections here in the guided transmission media. So how the data is transmitted in that physical medium? Data is transmitted in the way of in the form of waves or the signals. So data is converted into the form of waves and signals, and it is transmitted via that particular medium. So here the medium may be either coaxial or twisted pair or fiber optic, whatever it may be, a physical cable. A physical cable is placed there. In that particular physical cable, so the voltage and current is transmitted. So that means the data is transmitted in the way of signals, the signal propagation. So I think you guys all know the signal structures. So there you studied there in your schooling physics subject. So waves and signal transmissions. So by representing the value of this voltage or current as a single valued function of time f of t. So this analysis is the subject of the following section. These are the following sections are very much needed for the physical layer data transmission purpose. The first one is the frequency. So frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time. So per unit of time, how much frequency is accessed by the medium to transmitting data. For example, I want to transmit some amount of data. Here multiple users are using a frequency. Here the frequency is divided. I think you guys know the how the frequency is using for the data transmission purpose. For example, you guys are moving to the frequency range of 93.5. You going to the one particular radio channel. You are moving to the 98.3. You are going. You are receiving another amount of data. If you are moving to 93.5, you receive some amount of data. The data may be audio or songs, whatever it may be. If you are moving to another frequency level, you received another amount of data. Here the frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time. Frequency is measured in units of hertz. So the wave period is equals to 1 by frequency. So please note it down. This is a very much important one. So the wave period is equals to 1 by frequency, and the period. What is meant by period? No, generally time period. So what is meant by period? Period is the time it takes to complete one cycle. A cycle means the complete execution means here the setup connection, data transmission and release connection. That is one complete cycle. For example, sender A wants to data to sender B. So one period means one clock rate means they have to be transmitting data from one cycle to the another cycle. So it is the time taken to complete one cycle. So in generally, I think you guys studied there in the instruction part, fetch, decode and execute. Some other cycles are there. Likewise, here in the network, the frequency transmission data has to be transmitted in periodical manner. So a period is the time taken to complete one particular cycle. One cycle means one frequency range, one data has to be transmitted. So the wave period is in seconds, and it is inversely proportional to the frequency of a wave. So it is vice versa. So it is inversely proportional to the wave. So the wave period is equals to 1 by frequency, and the period is equals to inversely proportional to the frequency. And finally, the Fourier analysis. So in the physical layer, the theoretical approach, the first one is Fourier analysis. How can we analyze how the data has to be transmitted in the physical layer and what happened there? That is the in Fourier analysis. It is a mathematical model. The Fourier analysis is one of the important concepts here in the physical layer. The Fourier analysis is a mathematical model which is used to break down and transform a periodic functions into a set of simpler functions. So which is a mathematical function used to break down and transform a periodic function into a set of simpler functions. I think we all know about the functions. So what is the need of a function? In generally, a program function is a set of instructions, is a part of a program is subdivided into the kinds of functions. Likewise, here in the data transmission, here in the data transmission in the physical layer, so it is subdivided into functions. The decomposition of process itself is called a Fourier transformation. So the Fourier transformation is nothing but the breakdown of a functions. So note it down. The Fourier analysis is a mathematical model which is used to break down and transform a periodic functions into a set of simpler functions. So the decomposition process itself is called a Fourier transformation, while the operation of rebuilding the function from these pieces is known as a Fourier synthesis. So while the operation of rebuilding, first here we have to be break down the data transformation is called Fourier transformation. So here in the Fourier transformation, the signal is propagated, it will be breakdown. That is called Fourier transformation. After the breakdown, it has to be transmitted via the medium. After reaching the destination, again it is rebuilding. These rebuilding of these pieces is known as Fourier synthesis. So the division is called Fourier transformation, and rebuilding is called Fourier synthesis. So excuse me. So the Fourier analysis is a mathematical model which is used to break down the transformation periodical functions into a set of simpler functions. So this one is called Fourier transformation, and the divided blocks are rebuilt. after the transformation, then this rebuilding is called Fourier synthesis. So these simpler functions can then be summarized and transformed back into the original from one of the most commonly insightful transformations. A period function is a mathematical relationship between a quantity and variable or variables whose relative values constantly repeat over some regular period of time. So you can observe this diagram. So Fourier analysis, the complex wave upper can be decomposed into the sum of the three simple sine waves. Yeah, this one is the wave propagation. So this wave is simply converted into breakdown into, that is Fourier transformation. So breakdown into three categories here, 1, 2 and 3. So first one is blue, second one is green, third one is pink. So these three again combined together and it forms like in this way. That is called Fourier synthesis. Right. Yeah, the Fourier analysis. Uh, to know the frequencies which present in the signal, the Fourier analysis, the Fourier series and the Fourier transformation. We want to know here the two concepts, the Fourier series and the second one is the Fourier transform. So Fourier series is periodic signal and Fourier transformation is non-periodic signal plus periodic signal. So the Fourier series is represented by either exponential of sine or cos functions. So that what we mathematical definition we will discuss in next slide. So the Fourier analysis is subdivided into two categories, Fourier series and second one is Fourier transform. So the Fourier series is represented by using either sine or cos functions. So this one is the Fourier analysis. Is the method of representing general functions by approximate sum of simple trigonometric functions. I think this is the mathematical representation. There is no need of this here in our part. Just the symbolic representation how the Fourier analysis is done. G of t is equal to c by 2 plus sigma n is equals to 1 and an sine 2 pi n ft plus and sigma bn cos 2 pi n ft. So where g of t is the periodic function. I think we already discussed about the period. Period is a time taken for one cycle. So if the t is the time period, f is the fundamental frequency expressed at I by t on a of n is the sine amplitude of nth harmonic and b of n is the cosine amplitude of the nth harmonic and c is a constant and the values of a of n, b of n and c are computed by the following expressions. These are the expressions for sine, cos and constant. A of n 2 by t 0 to t g of t sine 2 pi n ft dt, which is not much required here. So just these are using to explain how the frequency modulation is done in the Fourier analysis. So and the bandwidth limited signal. So bandwidth is a physical property of the transmission medium. And how is all these relevant to data communication? Actually note down this expression. So g of t periodic representation, a of n sine 2 pi n ft plus b of n cos 2 pi n ft. So a of n is the sine amplitude, b of n is the cosine amplitude and c is constant. So a of n 2 by t gt sine 2 pi n ft, right, sine 2 pi n ft and derivation part 2t gt cos 2 pi n ft dt. This is the constant part which are using here. So how is all of these relevant to data communications and real channels affect different frequency signals differently? Let us consider a specific some example here. The transmission of ASCII character be encoded in a 8-bit byte. So a pattern that is transmitted is 0110010. a Fourier analysis the is signal yielded the coefficient A of n. So A of n applied here and B of n and C is equals to 3 by 4. The mathematical derivation part. So no transmission facility can transmit signals without losing some power in the process. So if all the Fourier components were equally dimensioned, the resulting signal would be reduced in amplitude but the destroyed. This is all about the bandwidth limited signals. So this is the bandwidth. So the bandwidth is still the width of band of frequencies that are passed and are informed that can be carried depends only on this width and not on the starting and ending frequencies. So baseband signals, signals that run from 0 up to a maximum frequency, and passband signals, baseband signals and passband signals. So baseband signals are signals that run from 0 up to a maximum frequency, and passband signals is signals that are shifted to occupy a higher range of frequencies as in the case of for all the wireless transmissions. So if you observe this diagram, you can easily identify the baseband signals and the passband signals. So baseband signals are 0 up to a maximum frequency, and passband signals are that are shifted to occupy a higher range of frequency in the case of all wireless transmissions. 1 harmonic, 2 harmonic, and 4 harmonic, and 8 harmonic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. Only 1. So this is the maximum data rate of a channel. So just watch this, how the maximum data rate of a channel. So the data rate refers to a speed of data transfer through a channel. It is generally computed in bits per seconds. So how many bits per seconds are executed is called maximum data rate. So how many bits are transmitted per second. So higher data rates are expressed as kbps, kilobytes per second, that is 1000 mbps, and mbps, megabytes per second, and gbps, gigabytes per second, tbps, terabytes per second. So we already we will discuss so many times about what is our net speed. That means we will discussing about 10 gbps, 5 gbps, 15 gbps. Here the gbps means bits per second. So per second, how many bits are transmitted? Data bits. So data is converted into valid bits format. So the raw bits are entered. That what we discussed there in the physical layer in the OS reference model. So the raw bits are entered into the via physical layer. Here, how many bits are transmitted per second is called a bit rate. So data that is called data rate. So it are expressed as kbps, mbps, gbps. I think tbps. Now we are receiving gbps speeds. So we are expecting tbps speeds. So gbps is not enough right now for our works. So one of the main objectives of data communication is to increase the data rate. Yeah, obviously increasing of data rate is very much required. Why? Because when the earlier part of where we are using mobiles, the data rate is kbps. We are accepted that. Later it converted into mbps. We are also accepted that. Now it is gbps, but we cannot accept the speed of our mobiles and the systems. So we need now tbps of speeds. So obviously a better development is needed in the data rates. One of the major objectives of data communication is to increase the data rate. So there are three factors that determine the data rate of a channel. So here the data rate means first we have to be establishing a channel. So by using that particular channel, data has to be transmitted from sender to the receiver. So what is the channel, how the signal is propagated, that what we discussed there in the earlier part, in the Fourier analysis and the signal transmission propagations there. So now how we have to increase the data rates is that what we discussed in the data communications. So bandwidth of the channel, number of levels of signals that are used, noise presentation in the channel. So these three are the factors that determine data rate of a channel. Bandwidth of the channel. So what is the bandwidth you are using? That is the first important criteria there of increasing data rate. And second one, number of levels of signals that are used, and the third one is noisy present in the channel. So data rate can be calculated using two theoretical formulas. First one is Nyquist bit rate for noisy level channel. Second one is Shannon's capacity for noisy channel. So Nyquist bit rate. Second one is Shannon's capacity. These two are using to calculate using the two theoretical formulates how data rate can be calculated. Yes. So Nyquist bit rate. So the Nyquist bit rate was developed by Henry Nyquist, who provide that the transmission capacity of even a perfect channel with two noise has a maximum limit. So the theoretical formula for the maximum bit rate is equal to 2 into bandwidth plus log 2v. So by using this, we can calculate the data rate. So bandwidth is a bandwidth of a channel, and V is the number of discrete levels in the signal. That is Nyquist bit rate. So Nyquist bit rate is one method to calculate uh, what is the data rate. Data rate means per second how many bits are transmitted. So it will be developed by Henry Nyquist. And the second one is Shannon's capacity. So, actually, my health is not good, but I'm doing and I'm making videos uh, because for the students. I think hope you guys are understand what the situation is there in the outside. So please wear masks and use sanitizers. Keep understand the situation what there in the outside. So there is very much pandemic there in the outside. So many people are suffering with this COVID pandemics. So you guys are, which is an opportunity to you, where simply sit there and watch all the videos. So why we will make these videos, I think you guys know. So if our situation is good or bad, but we are making videos because uh, we doesn't want a loss from our side to the students. So please keep note this point and use all the videos which are useful to you. So the Shannon's capacity, noise can be of various types like thermal noise, influence noise, and crosstalks, etc. Among all the noise types, thermal noise is unavoidable. So this is the formula. Capacity is equal to bandwidth into log 2 I plus SNR. So this is the 2 into bandwidth plus log 2 into V. So here the bandwidth is the bandwidth of the channel and SNR is the signal to noise ratio. Okay, about the mediums, what are the guided, unguided, that what we will discuss in the coming videos. So try to understand the situation. If we are good or bad, we will make videos for you. Please use all the videos and read from the starting of the semester, which is very much useful to you guys. Actually, last week my health is not good. That's why Sri Ramurthy sir posted some of the videos related to our computer network subject. Okay, try to understand the situation and follow all the videos and learn carefully. And please wear mask and use sanitizers when going out. So understand the situation of COVID pandemic. Thank you very much. So what we will discuss in this video is introduction part of physical layer. Unit 2, that is physical layer, Fourier analysis. Fourier analysis, bandwidth limited signal. So there are two methods, Nyquist and Shannon's capacity methods are to calculate data rates. So what is meant by data rate is bits per second. So the physical layer is the most important layer in the layered architecture. The physical connection establishment is done via the physical layer. So there a medium is required. Here the medium may be either guided or unguided or satellite communication or whatever. Maybe there are three ways. So we'll discuss here. So guided, wireless, and satellite mediums. Frequency period. And Fourier analysis means the mathematical model of breakdown of transformation, signal transformation breakdown. So breakdown is called transformation, and joint again rejoined is called Fourier synthesis. How it will be done? The mathematical equations for the Fourier analysis. Okay, thank you very much.